Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and build update number 4 of the 1934 Ford pickup 3-in-1 kit by AMT. Well, this is starting to come together now, but still got a long way to go. Let me get these guys out of the way here, and I'll show you what we've got done so far. Still nothing major has been attached, but we've been making good progress. Oh, I want to show you that too in a little bit here. Pull the bed off of here. We'll pull the fenders off of here. And let's start with this engine. I got the engine wired. I ended up using the conduit that I started out with. Everything else I did just didn't look good. It was out of scale, too small, too big, didn't want to bend right. So I just used the round styrene that I had. I bent it over my thumb and glued it into place. I already drilled the holes out, drilled a hole in the back, and just laid the plugs from the conduit into where they go. They're the wires where they go. Easy peasy. I glued the front on, fan belt, fan, radiator hoses. I wanted to do that just to make sure this all lined up before I put the conduit on, because I wasn't sure if that conduit would fit or not, but it did. So I'm good there. Carburetor's on. Getting ready to run the linkage and the fuel lines here. The fuel line just kind of comes over the side here from a bunch of pictures I've seen. The linkage, there's going to be a choke, and then the throttle linkage coming down through. But as you can see, I got some of the suspension put together here too. It's going together pretty good. I had a short piece here. It's just kind of floating, but it's just there for twist support right now. So I'm not too worried about it. This is solid as a rock. The back went on real well. It's still probably, might be a little wet, but it went on very good. And the nice thing is the drive shaft was attached, so I didn't forget to put it on. The exhaust I weathered up because I had to do that now before I put it in. And I was kind of worried, wondering, there was no exhaust manifolds on this, on the engine. Well, I did some research and there wasn't. The exhaust comes out the bottom here off of this section around here. I got to read on more on how that actually works on the engine. But your exhaust pipe just ties into the bottom of the block and runs down. So there is no crossover or anything like that, like I was expecting. So we're good there. Again, remember I drilled the hole in the back of the exhaust. And I used my accent to just go in the hole for the rust on that. We've talked about it before. I used my Tamiya's Weather Master C, the orange rust, and I just dabbed it all over there, just everywhere. And then it looks bad. It really does. It's like, oh, you just put a whole bunch of orange on there. But then you come back with the Tamiya panel liner, and you go here and there and dab it on around, and all of a sudden it looks just like a rusty exhaust. Pretty neat how that works. You can see it just kind of, as soon as it hits, it runs across that powder and just kind of soaks into the powder and gives like a ripply, rusty look. It's just perfect for it. I'm really happy with that. I did some panel liner on the bottom of the gas tank too while I was at it. I am going to do a dry brush on this. I know usually I dry brush the frame and then the suspension and then everything all together, but I got ahead of myself, to be honest with you, and glued the front suspension in and figured in for a penny and for a pound, and glued the back suspension in too, and I'll just work around it. I got enough room in here that I can do that. You can see I still have a little touch up to do here and there and everywhere, but we're good here. So this is coming together very well. And other than the short shot right here, there's nothing that hasn't fit perfectly on this kit so far. So I'm extremely happy with that. The body, let's move the frame out of the way and we'll switch over here. The body, I still have to touch up a little bit across the top because I got a little lighter line here, but I got the glass in. I painted the interior with my accent real black. A lot of people are looking for this. Don't look for it. It's not out there anymore. I haven't been able to find it. So this bottle's down to about here, and once it's gone, we're going to have to find something else to fit the bill. Because this, I really like the way this goes on here. So I did that, dropped the windows in. The windows are just secured in with quick shine. Put the window in, I drop a quick shine and just watched it take off around, and capillary action glued itself in. The front, I glued the window to the frame last night, and then I glued the frame to the body today. Windshield wiper looks really good, and it's kind of hard to see, but I even painted the inside of that black so that if you look at it this way, you can see the rubber part and then the steel out here. And I wanted this to be steel or the flat aluminum. I didn't want it to just be red and just all blur in. I wanted to be able to see that. And I'm happy with that. Last time we talked, I mentioned it was weird to have the lock on this side and not this side. And I was told, here's the name of the person that told me, because for the life of me, I can't figure or remember it right now. But he told me the reason why they did that is because they didn't want people in the street fiddling with their keys. So they would have rather you lock your door or unlock your door on the passenger side where you're on the sidewalk side of the car. And that way you're not getting banged when you're trying to get in, unlock your car. And that makes a lot of sense. I was like, fantastic. Learn something new every day. So now we have an answer to that too. So thank you very much. We got that. I'm going to pull the bed over here. I talked about doing bare metal foil in the bed. And you can see I have chromed in the bed. But I couldn't find my bare metal foil to save my ears. I looked everywhere for it down here, and I know it's around. I just can't find it. So what I ended up using was silver tape that you get at the dollar store for doing ductwork. This is 3M, and I found this a long time ago at the dollar store. There's about 6 miles worth of it in here, and that's what I used instead of the bare metal foil. Let me pull this back out here, the extra piece. That's what I use instead. And it cuts fairly well with an X-Acto knife. It will wear your blade out, but you do want to start with a new blade. I just laid it down. I put a ruler over it, and I ran along the ruler, cut a straight line, set that piece in there, and pull the paper off, set it in, and back my way out. Did everything just like it would be bare metal foil, and it worked out very good. The only thing is I had a little bit of extra right in this area here, and I'm sure you can see it. It's a little different color. When I pulled the bare metal foil off, it took the clear yellow off, or the clear orange off. So I had to come back. I put a little of the tan down, and then I put clear orange in there, and it shows up a little bit, but it's not jumping out at me, so I'm good with that. The bolts on the side where it'd mount to the frame, I used my Molotow pen, which I haven't talked about for a little while. Liquid chrome Molotow pen. There's other ones out there that I've been told work just as good as this. So if you can find a deal and you want to try, go ahead and try. But so far, I haven't run out of this one yet, so I'm going to just keep on going with my Molotow pen. I've had very good luck with it, as you can see. It's working out good. I'm really happy with this bed. I almost hate to make it dirty. I really almost hate to make it dirty. Same with the underside. I'll weather this down when I do the frame. But it's going to get weathered. I mean, I'm going to have the tow truck part in there. So there's going to get some oil in there and dirt and things like that. It's going to be used. So there's that. And while we got this here, let's talk about this. I got some evergreen styrene, and I cut this out so far. What this is going to end up being is a battery holder and some kind of a switch mechanism for the lights. It's going to fit back in the back here, just like that. I made sure that my tow truck assembly will fit in there, and these wires will go the bottom, back up through, and come up here and light the lights on the back. They'll also run through the front, like the headlights. And Jim also sent me those amber lights. So I'm going to run a wire up the side in here across, and I'm going to put an amber light on the top. I don't have the electronics to make the amber light just blink, so it's just going to be on, but it'll be cool anyhow. You know what I mean? It's the best I can do with it without trying to redesign the engine and the wheel all at the same time. So this will be our toolbox / battery box. I'm not sure if it's going to lay this way or stand up this way. That has yet to be determined. We're in the infancy of design right now with that. So let's move that out the way. I had some fun last night. I got my gas can painted. Check this out. The gasoline decal was in with the AMT kit, and it went on really nice and looks pretty clear. So I'm happy with that. I painted the cap red on the top. I wanted a silver top. I remember the old ones in the day, they had the tin top on them and the handle and the red cap. I always can remember that red cap on the driveway while I was siphoning gas out of my dad's car to cut the grass. So there's my gas can. That'll fit on the fender. The interior is getting put together. It's just going to be a plain Jane semi-gloss black interior. I'm going to do a little weathering here, but very little. I still have to come back and paint this part black. I wasn't sure how that was going to lay in there, so I wanted to make sure I had a clear spot for the glue to grab hold of. The emergency brake and the stick shift, I didn't dip them in chrome, but since I had to scrape off the panel line on, or the mold line on them, I decided we're going to go with a flat aluminum metal part, gloss knobs. I did a little silver tip on the brake for the button to lock it in. And the handle I did on that one, I did the gloss black too. And then the bottom, the rubber boot, is just the black rubber. So that was very easy to do. It went together well too. I mean, everything on here so far has gone together great. Like I said, the only problem I had was that short shot. I'm going to bring my dash back. Again, a ton of glare. I wish I could get that glare out of there, but make it to where you can still see it, because the 4 drops of quick shine that I ended up doing layer over layer over layer made it to where, geez, I wish I could get that out of there. Made it to where that looks real good now, and you can see those numbers and lines. The red line for the gauge needle, everything shows up very well. And then we'll put it in this truck like that, and you'll never ever see it again. So, but it is looking good, and I wanted to do some practice with it. Steering wheel's mounted to the steering column now. I Molotov penned the center just because I wanted to. And then just a plain Jane black on that. Nothing big. That'll get glued on here sometime next week. I won't be down here tomorrow because I'm going to the show up north. Looking forward to that. My taillight and license plate holder got painted. I painted this just Tamiya's, here we go, the X7. Same thing I painted the rest of the truck with. And then I painted the bezel silver all the way around. And then in the front too, let that dry all the way. And then I painted, I'm going to bend this back a little bit. There we go. And then I painted the light lens with the Tamiya's clear red, which is, oops, sorry about that, X27. And that worked out really well. It does look like it's a clear light lens in there now. So there is that, and that worked out great. The underside, I painted with the accent color too, the black, just because I didn't want that to be red. I just wanted it to kind of disappear and fade away. Also, while we're talking about that, I worked on the front. I do need to touch up because my Snicker bar fingers got a little bit carried away on the side over here. But I went all the way around my radiator with silver and got the V8 in there looking pretty good. The bottom part comes up. I think that's where the crank used to go. Not sure, but it's always there. And then the back, I got the radiator on this side. Made sure everything lined up with the hoses, the radiator hoses off the engine. I painted that whole thing black, and then this part red. I painted this red for when this comes together. If there is any gaposis, it'll kind of hide that. And that's the only reason why that's painted red, or else I would have gone black all the way around. I do need to touch up some of this because I got some black on it. And to be honest with you, you can see it just a little bit there when it's put together. So that'll hide that. That'll make this look a little more seamless because I'm not going to make this bend open. Like I said, I'm going to leave it on. And then when I'm, like on the Friday night party nights, I'll have it off and then you'll be able to see the engine with it and we'll go out. But there we go with that. I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with the gas tank. Haven't done anything with this because I wasn't sure if I was going to mount this to it. I've been thinking about that. I'm not sure. We'll see. And then making this look like it's some kind of a electric motor and a piece coming off with a handle to where you go up and down. Not sure yet. It's still playing through my head like a bad record because I can't make up my mind. But with that, the last thing I did, dropped it, is I worked on my trophy a little bit. I panel lined everything up top, and then I didn't like the black and the gold, so I went silver and gold with the flags, and I took panel liner and I dropped it in the X to hide that line that was there, the separation line, and I think that came out pretty good. That's going to look great in the Texaco station. And this kit has two of these. It has this one, and it also has one, another truck, but it doesn't have the base. But what they did is they sent me a jack. There's two of them in there. One of them with the old kit, and then an updated one with a better molded, with the better molded pickup truck. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the pickup truck to the jack and make it look like that's a trophy too. So I'll have the jack, I'll have in the truck, but I'll also have like a jack on, or the pickup truck trophy jack. And we'll put that on the shelf with this one so it looks like he's got two of them. But there we go with that. With all that, I will let you go. Thanks for watching. We're coming down to the nitty gritty. I'm getting ready to do my linkage wire and everything for the engine. We'll have that done, and we're good. So I am Mark, Grandpa Mark's Hobbies. Have a great day and a better tomorrow, and I'll see you soon. Thanks again for watching.